Jospong Group of companies, of which Metro TV is a member, has a culture of thanksgiving. Now, this, since inception, are the premises of the Jospong Printing Press in Jamestown in Accra, 1995. The annual Thanksgiving service has grown from a small service by one subsidiary into a mega spiritual event, with many of the subsidiaries worshiping across various cities and centers. This is a pillar behind the first core value of the group, which is godliness and fellowship. Over the years, hundreds of people have given their lives to Christ, with others receiving various forms of spiritual benefits such as healing, deliverance, and spiritual awakening. It is a time where employees and stakeholders meet to reflect on the godliness or the goodness of the Almighty God throughout the year and offer praises and worship unto the Lord. Let me just cut it short and come into the studio, as we've been joined in the studio by Theophilus Kwesi Aboito, who is the Jospong Group chaplaincy head, to actually tell us, or rep, right? Okay, to tell us more about what exactly is happening with the group. Is the group turning spiritual, or the group is just adding on to the lot of activities and responsibilities that it has taken upon its shoulders? You're welcome. Good afternoon to you.
Thank you very much.
So I mean, when you mention Jospong, the first company that comes up is Zoom Lion, and that's cleaning.
That's right.
We know that we're also now into haulage. We're into insurance. We're into banking. We're into media. We're into communication, agriculture. Until recently, we're into what's it called? Climate change activities. I mean, so much. What has deliverance got to do with all of these?
Well, I think that every human being is essentially a spiritual being. And when you look at the history of the Jospong Group, starting from, like you said, starting from appointed time, you know, it was actually birthed from prayer, you know. Our final boss, I call him the final boss, Dr. Sian Japon, was actually in prayer when he had a vision about the Zoom Lion company. And so since its inception, you know, it's been prayer. And it's very important that your source is actually your strength. You know, you can't do without your source. And since the source is prayer, you know, we've been doing this for over the many years, that, as you know.
Yeah.
And so it's very important for Jospong Group to always do this thanksgiving, recognizing and acknowledging God for what he has done, you know, looking at the background where all of this started from. And so for every human being, we think that you need to acknowledge God. The God factor in every human life is very important, since we are made in the image and in the likeness of God.
Right. Haven't said when it started in 1995 all the way, and now it has become one of the biggest celebrations at the end of every year. How positively do you think it has impacted on the group and its growth?
Oh, it's been so much benefit to the group, because whether we like it or not, everybody prays. You know, the traditionalists pray, the Hindus pray, everybody is praying. And so for Jospong Group, prayer has been the backbone of the company.
Except for those who don't believe in anything.
That's right. You know. The atheists, I mean, right? All right. So prayer has been the backbone of the group. When we look at the growth of this group, our executive chairman has always mentioned that without God, he doesn't think that the company would come this far. Every great idea, you know, is all coming from God. The Bible tells us that it is he who gives us ideas to make profits. And so whatever idea that anybody has, it is actually birthed from God. It is actually given from God. So if you receive inspiration from God, then it stands to reason that you will acknowledge the God factor in your life. And so it's been beneficial. I've personally seen many healings, many deliverances, and all of that. And like I said, we are essentially spiritual beings. And so there is an aspect of a human life that money cannot help, money cannot do. And so what God does, we have to give him praise and we have to give him glory. And this year is no exception, that the Thanksgiving is going to come off in a very grand style, and the presence of God, the power of God.
If you can add where it's happening, who the speakers are, and why everybody, and you don't have to be a member of the group to be a part.
No.
Okay. So who are the speakers and why should we be a part of it?
All right. We have the chairman of the Pentecost Church, our own chairman, Mr. Apostle Dr. Nyamiche will be coming. We have Reverend Isturanaba. We have Reverend Bishop Takia Boy. And some others will be coming as well. And we also have worshippers. I'm talking about ministers who sings coming to grace the occasion. And it's happening live at the forecourts of Zoom Lion headquarters.
Yeah, that's a big space.
It's a very big space. It's a very big space, and it will be glorious. It will be awesome. And I will urge and encourage every one of us to come, whether you are a Zoom Lion worker or not. You may be an affiliate of Zoom Lion, or you may even be a client of Zoom Lion. You are all welcome. Let's come and appreciate God, because you see, an attitude of gratitude opens doors, and it also determines your altitude. Because if you are grateful, you are thoughtful. Any thoughtful person is grateful. And so
I just want to say that this is not philosophy. This is spiritual message led by Theophilus. We'll end it here because of time.
All right.
I'm grateful for all that insight. If you want to hear more of these spiritual messages, the underpinnings of Jospong Group of Company, definitely, is very spiritual, believing in God and allowing God to drive you throughout your growth. And that is what is driving this group. So you want to be a part of it. It's when?
It's 25th, starting
25th?
Yes, Monday 25th to 29th.
Of November. Yes.
Of November, because of the election. Normally it's done in December.
And the time is?
And the time is 6 a.m. sharp.
6 a.m.
Yes.
So by 6 a.m. it starts, 25th of November, the forecourt of the Zoom Lion head office, our headquarters. That's the area. What's the area called?
It's called School Junction.
Okay. Major School Junction. All right.
In fact, it's on the new road. Yes. And I also want to mention that it spreads right across the nation. The various districts will be having it.
Okay.
The various municipal will be having it. The various regions will be having it. So it's widespread.
Right.
Yes.
Right. That road, when you're on it, you'll feel like you are in UK or something.
That's right.
That major road. Anyway, Theophilus, I'm grateful for coming through. All right. So that's it for the Jospong Group of Company worship that's happening, the Thanksgiving service that's happening starting from November 25th to 29th. And you want to join any of the subsidiaries that will be holding them, or you join the Zoom Lion headquarters at Major on the new road, and you'll be a part of this Thanksgiving service.